Jacob stormed into the Drew family's grand residence, fury tightening his chest like a vice. His car screeched to a halt outside, and he didn't bother knocking. Bursting into the living room, he found Noah, Luna, and Sophia seated stiffly, their faces a calculated mix of worry and indignation. His voice thundered with restrained anger. "Uncle Noah, Aunt Luna, did you really lock Susan in the old residence without water, feeding her nothing but stale rice?" Noah's face darkened with irritation. "Jacob, you've known us since you were a boy. Do you truly believe we'd be capable of something so monstrous?" His tone hardened defensively. "Yes, we sent her to the old residence, but she was taken care of properly. She's my daughter. How could I be that heartless?" Jacob clenched his fists. "But it's all over the internet that—" Sophia interjected softly, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "It's all fake news. I don't understand why Susan would slander us after leaving the old house with her friends." Her voice quivered with perfectly measured sadness. Mom and Dad were only trying to protect her, to stop her from associating with bad influences and embarrassing herself on live streams again. Jacob's anger faltered, doubt creeping into his mind. He remembered the wild rumors circulating about Susan not long ago. His expression twisted with conflict. Had he jumped to conclusions too quickly? "I'm sorry if I misunderstood you." His voice was strained, uncertainty lingering in his eyes. Luna let out a weary sigh, pressing a hand to her chest as though holding back a fresh wave of grief. "We don't care what strangers say online, but the Drew Corporation, it's collapsing before our very eyes." Her voice cracked with desperation. "We've poured our lives into building it, and now the company's stocks have hit rock bottom. We've lost over $1 billion in market value, and the entire internet is boycotting us." Jacob paled at the gravity of her words. The Drew Corporation's downfall would inevitably drag his ventures down too. "We need to fix this." His voice steadied, resolute. "If the public believes the Drew family is on good terms with Susan, we can reverse the damage. We'll hire PR teams to clear the rumors." Noah nodded in grim agreement. The engagement party is coming up. Media outlets will be there. "We just need Susan to show up," Jacob added, already mapping out a strategy. Sophia shifted closer to Jacob, her soft gaze full of concern. "But will she come?" Her voice trembled with feigned apprehension. "She still has feelings for you. What if she causes a scene?" Jacob stiffened, memories of his past with Susan flashing through his mind. But bitterness soon replaced any lingering warmth. He admitted he had once loved her, but the woman she had become didn't deserve his loyalty or sacrifices. "We'll make sure she comes." Noah's voice turned sharp, decisive, one way or another. Susan stayed in the hospital for 3 days, but she couldn't bear staying another day longer after everything she had endured recently. Upon returning to Opel Harbor, Ethan's presence filled the once empty space. Despite his usual aloof demeanor, it was comforting to have someone to come home to. After a quick change into casual loungewear, he reappeared just as Susan finished setting the dinner table. A feast of his favorite dishes spread before him, a silent gesture of gratitude. Ethan's sharp eyes scanned the table, lingering thoughtfully on the array of steamed and stir-fried dishes. His gaze darkened slightly. "I'm bored with these same dishes," he remarked indifferently. "Make soup or stew sometimes." Susan blinked, caught off guard. She had made soups before, but stopped when he didn't seem particularly fond of them. Was she wrong all along? "What kind of soup would you like?" she asked cautiously. "Pumpkin soup? Chicken soup? Even sweet potato soup," he listed casually. "Use my card to get some herbs and nourishing ingredients, things that are good for your health." Susan stilled, realization dawning. The doctor had mentioned her health needed serious care after her recent ordeal. Was he subtly reminding her to take better care of herself? "Oh," she murmured, nodding obediently. As he ate, Susan couldn't help but notice how he cleaned the entire table, leaving no dish untouched. He wasn't bored with the usual meals at all. It hit her then. He had been thinking about her well-being the entire time. Her heart thudded softly as she studied his sharp, handsome features in the dim dining room light. After dinner, Ethan retreated to the study, immersed in work as usual. Hours passed, and by 10 p.m. he was still there, diligently reviewing documents. Feeling restless, Susan prepared a warm bowl of hearty oatmeal porridge and brought it to him. The study was dimly lit, its ambiance quiet and still. Ethan sat at the large desk, his golden-framed glasses resting comfortably on his nose as he alternated between reviewing papers and referencing his laptop. He exuded an air of effortless intellect, a composed, scholarly charm she hadn't expected. Susan used to think Jacob looked particularly attractive when focused on work. But now, as she watched Ethan, there was no comparison. His quiet intensity was magnetic. "How long are you going to keep staring?" His calm, steady voice broke through her thoughts as he shut the laptop and turned toward her with quiet authority, his gaze unwavering. "I've never seen you wearing glasses before," Susan teased with a playful smile. "You nearly knocked me out with how charming you look." Ethan arched a brow. Still not used to it. For once, Susan was momentarily speechless. After gathering her thoughts, she continued, "Your good looks enchant me in different ways every day. The more I look at you, the deeper I'm falling for you. It never gets old." Before she could finish, a large, warm hand gently covered her mouth. The subtle scent of dry pine lingered on his skin, unexpectedly soothing. More than that, his touch radiated comforting warmth, steady and grounding. "Shut up," Ethan commanded softly, amusement glinting behind the lenses of his glasses. Her cheeks flushed scarlet as he slowly lowered his hand. Flustered but determined, she set the warm bowl of oat porridge on his desk. "You must be hungry after working all night," she offered, her tone gentler now. His gaze fell on the bowl topped with a sprinkle of cinnamon. It did look tempting. "Susan," he drawled lazily, "are you trying to fatten me up?" "No way, you're in perfect shape," she responded with a small pout. "Besides, even if you did gain some weight, maybe you'd consider me if no other woman liked you anymore." His lips twitched into a faint, knowing smirk. "Forget it. I can't afford a woman who checks into the hospital every other week." Her expression soured instantly. "Don't worry," she shot back, chin lifted defiantly. "I'll be out there working and we'll start supporting you financially soon." "I dare not rely on that," he remarked dryly, stirring the porridge slowly. "I might die of starvation before that ever happens." Frustrated by his relentless teasing, Susan spun on her heels and marched out of the study, muttering under her breath. "I'll show him. 1:00 a.m. Susan bolted upright, gasping for breath as icy sweat trickled down her forehead. Her heart pounded like a drum against her ribs. The same nightmare. Again. Fumbling with trembling hands, she switched on the light, letting its soft glow chase away the shadows of her mind. But the memories of the dark, desolate manor clung stubbornly to her senses. The creaking sounds, the cold air, the eerie silence. Her body trembled involuntarily as she curled into a tight ball on the edge of the bed. The suffocating darkness still haunted her. After what felt like an eternity of battling her restless thoughts, she finally wrapped herself tightly in her blanket and padded hesitantly toward the master bedroom. Raising a shaky fist, she knocked on the door, softly at first, then a bit louder. "Who is it?" Ethan's deep voice, laced with irritation, rumbled from the other side of the door. "It's me," Susan whispered hesitantly. Half a minute of tense silence followed. Just as she prepared to turn away, the door abruptly swung open. Ethan stood in the doorway, his dark eyes sharp despite his sleep-tousled hair. His pajamas were hastily buttoned, hinting at how quickly he'd thrown them on. "You'd better have a good reason for this," he growled, his voice edged with impatience. Susan's gaze dropped instinctively, her eyes landing on the undone buttons of his shirt. Heat rose to her cheeks, though she quickly forced herself to meet his intense stare. I'm scared," she admitted softly. Her pale complexion and trembling lashes caught his attention, but the blanket she clutched tightly to her chest puzzled him. "Is this another one of your tricks to seduce me?" he scoffed, though his voice lacked its usual sharpness. Even exhausted from a grueling day and dreading an early court appearance, he couldn't completely ignore how fragile she looked. Like a lost bird seeking shelter. "It's not that." Susan's grip on the blanket tightened as she lifted her gaze, her vulnerability laid bare. In a small, pleading voice, she confessed. "Ever since being locked up in that old manor, I can't sleep alone anymore. The nightmares won't stop." Her voice cracked slightly, betraying just how deeply the experience had scarred her. I thought maybe I could sleep on the floor of your room. Please. Ethan frowned, recalling the eerie darkness and suffocating silence of that desolate place. Even a hardened man would be shaken after enduring such isolation, let alone her. Didn't you sleep fine in the hospital? He countered, though his tone had softened. I wasn't alone there, she whispered, her voice trembling. The caregiver stayed with me. Her lashes fluttered as she bit her lower lip, struggling to suppress the lingering fear. His eyes darkened. The memories of rescuing her from that nightmare resurfaced vividly. Her frozen body, her breath faint and shallow, and the haunted look in her eyes when she finally woke up. Before he could speak, she tugged the corner of his sleeve gently, desperation flashing in her eyes. I promise, I won't disturb you, she vowed.
Hey amazing viewers, it's Susan here. Thanks for sticking with us. By the time of the release of this video, only 11% of our viewers have joined the party by subscribing. And 89% of you might miss out on our next mind-blowing video. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the exclusive club.